Welcome to your IELTS listening practice from Spinta.org. This is a mini-test designed to help you practice a specific section of the exam and improve your confidence. The recording will be played one time only, just like in the official test. Let's begin.
Welcome to today's analysis of the economic dynamics driving the global transition to renewable energy. This transformation represents one of the largest economic shifts in human history, involving trillions of dollars in investment and fundamentally restructuring how we produce, distribute, and consume energy. Understanding these economic forces is crucial for predicting the pace and success of this transition. The most dramatic change has been the plummeting cost of renewable technologies. Solar photovoltaic costs have fallen by over 90% since 2010, while wind energy costs have dropped by approximately 70%. This remarkable cost reduction, driven by technological improvements and economies of scale, has made renewables the cheapest source of electricity in many regions worldwide. Learning curves explain much of this cost reduction phenomenon. As cumulative production of renewable technologies increases, manufacturers become more efficient, leading to predictable cost decreases. This creates a positive feedback loop. Lower costs drive higher demand, which increases production volumes, which further reduces costs through improved manufacturing processes and technological innovations. However, the economics of renewable energy involve unique challenges compared to fossil fuels. Wind and solar are intermittent sources, meaning they don't produce electricity consistently. This intermittency requires additional investments in energy storage, grid flexibility, and backup generation capacity, all of which add to the total system costs that aren't immediately apparent in simple price comparisons. Grid integration costs represent a significant economic consideration. As renewable penetration increases, electricity grids require substantial upgrades to handle variable generation patterns and often need extensive transmission infrastructure to connect remote renewable resources to population centers. These system-level costs can be substantial but are often overlooked in early economic analyses. The stranded assets problem poses major economic risks for fossil fuel industries. Coal plants, oil refineries, and gas infrastructure, built with decades-long operational lifespans, may become economically unviable much sooner than expected. This creates significant financial losses for investors and can trigger broader economic disruptions in regions heavily dependent on fossil fuel industries. Job market transformations accompanying the energy transition involve both opportunities and challenges. While renewable energy creates new employment in manufacturing, installation, and maintenance, it often requires different skills than traditional energy sectors. Coal miners can't immediately become solar technicians without retraining, creating transition costs and potential social resistance to change. Carbon pricing mechanisms are increasingly influencing energy economics. Carbon taxes and cap-and-trade systems internalize the environmental costs of fossil fuels, making renewables more economically competitive. However, the effectiveness of these policies depends heavily on the price level and the scope of coverage, with political considerations often limiting their implementation. International competitiveness concerns create complex policy challenges. Countries worry that aggressive climate policies might disadvantage their industries if other nations don't implement similar measures. This has led to discussions about carbon border adjustments and trade measures to protect domestic industries, making the transition to cleaner technologies. Looking ahead, the renewable energy transition appears economically inevitable in most sectors, driven by continued cost reductions and improving technology performance. However, the speed and smoothness of this transition will depend on policy support, infrastructure investments, and society's ability to manage the economic disruptions that accompany such fundamental technological change.
You have now completed the practice test. When you are ready for a full exam experience, visit us at Spinta.org. There you will find complete mock tests for all 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Our platform provides instant AI feedback for your speaking and writing tasks, along with an accurate prediction of your band score. Take control of your preparation at Spinta.org.